Are you able to hear me, members?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Now, let us start right away. I think we may not be able to wait for the other members. They will find us, they will join us. Like I said in the beginning that the recording is being made and hopefully it will be shared on your platforms, including WhatsApp, for other members maybe to retrieve it. First of all, we need to understand that indeed we are a challenging situation of COVID and everything is not as normal as we expected. And we must devise means of how learning must continue. And I have to say that for those who have joined me on Zoom, I appreciate your efforts. And I believe that if we keep this spirit, then definitely we will not be able to be left behind vis-a-vis this disruption. So first and foremost, before I begin, I need to emphasize that please ensure that wherever you are, you must keep safe. Like I see my mask is on, and usually I move with my sanitizer as well. So it's so important. I thought that I should share it with you because COVID is turning to be more serious than ever before. First of all, we are meeting again for another yet a new semester for information systems. This is a completely new course unit that contributes to the overall, makeup of the entire program of computer science. And today we are not going to study a lot, given the challenges here and there in terms of technical, people have been getting technical challenges. Actually, we are supposed to be on the B, but some people have not been able to, enroll, and they have some challenges, but we can use all other platforms to make sure that we are not left behind. So for today, we're going to just introduce information systems, perhaps look at, maybe talk about something, what it is and how is it valuable to organizations. But of course, in the upcoming lectures, we'll be able to learn more about that. Now, I'm going to share the screen here. I prepared slides. Okay. And another thing, actually, before I share the screen, let you know, please inform other members that attendance in this time is going to be really, really valuable, because I know we're having trouble in terms of data, trouble in terms of maybe connections and all that, but just try hard to always attend the lecture, because I've decided to come up with something in a way that whoever attends an online lecture like this, you guys have attended, I'll keep track on every person that attends, and I'll give a bonus for that. You'll get a bonus for that. You'll be getting bonuses for attending the online lecture. So I know by the time I start assessing you and doing the overall comprehensive assessment, I'll always add those bonus marks for you. It's very important. So you can also inform other members that it's really important to attend this. And another thing also that will earn you bonus marks will be if you really engage yourself in this and ask questions, and also you can ask questions on microphone, or you can still ask questions in the chat. You can just write your questions in the chat. I mean, as long as you have asked some question and you're really engaging in this session, then it will be it will add you a bonus mark as well. So don't be surprised at the end of the semester getting marks that you never thought you would get. But just remember it to just be perhaps because of your attendance and your contributions in the online lecture. All right, thanks for coming. And I'm sharing the screen right now. Are you able to see the screen shared? Members, can you see the screen? Shared screen? Members?
No, we can't see it.
Okay. Let me share again. Let me share again.
Share it again.
Okay. So I hope you are able to see the screen.
Definitely.
That's great. Okay, now as I said, this question is about, it's called Fundamentals of Information Systems. So information system basically is one of the directions that you will be able to, you can decide to take after completing your entire program. You can master in information systems, you can do a PhD in information systems. So it's one of the majors that you can decide to go with at the end of the program. So this is going to be the course outline for this course unit. We shall be able to look at the model and of the information system, the components, what it comprises, and some different types of information systems. TPS, that's transaction processing system, Office OAS, that's automated Office automated systems. We have management information systems. We have expert systems, decision support, and then the knowledge base. We shall be able to look at all these in details, and don't worry, everything will be elaborated as clear as possible. We just hope that the internet connection is really stable for us, all of us. Okay. So this is the course outline, basically, how the information and knowledge can add value to the organization. So basically, this is the course outline. All right, like I said, today we are just going to introduce the course and be able to understand a few concepts. First of all, an information system and information technology. There's a very, very big difference between the two, though they seem to sound similar, but they're different. IT and information system is, these are different concepts, though they share many things. Let's understand this. We're saying an information system is a combination of information. Am I able to view this? Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me first pull this down. So we are saying an information system is a combination of components. An information system is a combination of people, information technologies, and work practices organized or interrelated to accomplish certain tasks or meet an objective. So basically, an information system is a combination of a variety of elements, including the people, information, practices, work practices. These lie under the procedures, and then information technology. So you can see that information technology is basically a subset of an information system. And what is information technology? That's the technology component of the overall information system. And here the information technology basically includes hardware, software, databases, telecommunications, networks, and the internet that perform data processing tasks, such as capturing, processing, transmitting, storing, and retrieving and displaying data of information. So that's the distinction between information technology, popularly known as IT, and then information system. So I know in your assessment, probably the exam or test, you'll be able to have a question on this that we have just spoken about, the distinction. So it's important that you know some of these concepts and understand them. So basically, whereas information technology only comprises of the hardware, the software, the databases, the telecommunications, networks, and the internet, information system goes ahead to add a few more elements, that is the people and what? And the procedures or the work practices. So you can see that information technology is just a subset of information systems. All right. On the next slide, let me check my connection. Is it cool? Okay. So we're saying, we're trying to understand hardware. All these concepts, I know by this time, you have advanced in knowledge. You're in year 2, semester 2, and some of these concepts, we looked at them in our previous year, something to talk about hardware right now. It is just a walkover. But nevertheless, we can talk about it. So hardware as an IT component refers to only the hardware, the tangible components of the computer, and physical components of the computer that perform input, processing, storage, and output activities of the computer. This is just a recap, because I believe hardware concepts, software concepts, database concepts, telecommunications, networks, and the internet as components of information technology, of IT. We have looked at them. So basically, input devices include, this is just hardware. Input devices include keyboards, mice, and other pointing devices, automatic scanning devices, equipment that can read magnetic, ink characters, processing devices, because we said hardware represents physical components for input, processing, storage, output. So we're trying to break them down. Input, we have keyboards, mice, Processing, we're saying these include microcomputer chips that contain the CPU and the main memory. Those are for processing. Okay, somebody's Voice not clear. All right. My voice is not clear. I think I should be able to remove the mask, since I am. Is my voice clear? Joseph Serwada. Joseph Serwada said my voice is not clear. Is it clear now?
Now it is okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, the network, I hope it's stable. All right. Thanks for that chat. Thanks for that chat. Okay, so we are saying hardware represents the physical components, and we are trying to categorize them as input, processing, storage, and output. And we're going ahead to break them down here, this explanation. But this is I know this is just a recap. You guys have got some immense knowledge about some of these concepts, the hardware, the software, and all that. So Leonard is saying, I'm not sure how this works. Bernard is having an issue. What is that? You mean you cannot hear my voice? Bernard, be clear on the question. Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's great. You can try to refresh. Okay. All right. So we are saying that processing devices include computer chips that contain the CPU and the main memory. And there's this line here which says advances in chip design allow faster speeds. Okay. Less power consumption and larger storage capacity. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this is one of the hardware is one of the IT component, and then the second IT component is the software, and software basically this represents the programs that govern the operation of the computer. For example, you're saying these programs can allow a computer to process payroll, send bills to customer. Remember, information systems resonate with organizations and institutions, basically to make work processes more effective and efficient. All right. So we're saying software represents programs, for example, to allow process the payroll, send bills to customers, you know, and provide managers with information to increase profits, reduce costs, and provide better customer service. Another component of information technology, we're breaking them down because in the beginning we said information system is the whole umbrella, and the information technology falls just under information systems. It's just a component. It's the technology component. And we're trying to describe some of these technology components. So the third one is the databases. When we talk about databases, we bring in the concept or the idea of data being stored. Because in an organization, it's not about using the software to complete certain tasks, but it's also about the data that is stored in the databases. So we're saying a database is simply an organized collection of facts and information, typically consisting of 2 or more related data files. So basically that is what is all about databases. Okay, the database can contain information about customer, information about employees, information about the inventory or the stock, information about online purchases, any kind of information is stored in the database. And you guys have studied databases, I think it's this last semester or this databases, but basically this is all about databases. And we're giving an example. For example, a database manager for a large bank, for example, has developed a security process that generates a random numeric code from the customer's bank card that can be verified by a computer system through a customer database. Once the bank card and the customer have been verified, the customer can make financial transactions. So basically, this is another technology component. And another component, IT component, is the telecommunications networks and the internet. What is telecommunications? What is networks? What is the internet? The telecommunications here, we are meaning the electronic transmission of signals for communication, which enables the organizations to carry out their processes and tasks through effective computer networks. And we are saying today telecommunications is used by organizations of all sizes and individuals around the world. So with these telecommunications, people can work at home, like we are doing now. We are working from home. I'm here at home. You are there in your respective homes, and we are able to use telecommunications to communicate around the world, not just in Uganda. So basically, this is telecommunication as a component of an information system. I beg your pardon, as a component of information technology. So the approach, this approach to work, often called telecommuting, allows someone living in England to send work to the US, China, and any other location with telecommunications capabilities. You guys, did you do mobile computing and application last semester? I think. I think you were able to understand the GSM architecture, global system of mobile communication, with cells and towers, and how the whole world operates.
We've not yet done that course unit.
Mobile computing and application. Oh no! I think. Oh yes, I think you're going to do it next year. Okay.
Next semester.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be able to understand deeply about the telecommunication infrastructure that at the core runs on the basis of the GSM and other technologies. The GSM is Global Systems for Mobile Telecommunication or Communication. like how you see MTN as a telecommunication company operates. So it uses the GSM architecture. We shall not go deep into that. You can hold it for next semester. But basically, what you need to know that it's about the GSM architecture, the whole infrastructure from the cell phone that you hold, communicating, that call being routed through the GSM architecture, which has many components until it reaches to the receiver of who is also talking to you. So we shall not go deep into that, but that's the telecommunication idea. Okay, so telecommuting, okay. Just the mobility, telecommuting, allows someone living in England to send work to the United States, telecommuting. All right, okay. That's telecommunications. Then networks, what do we mean? Networks connect computers and equipment in a building, around the country, or around the world to enable electronic communication. Just as simple as that. Then wireless transmission, we're saying, allows, for example, these are just scenarios for you to understand the concepts clearly. Wireless transmission allows aircraft drones to fly using a remote control system to monitor commercial buildings or enemy positions. So wireless transmission is a wireless technology. Yes, it's a wireless network technology, different from the wired one. So can be utilized to allow aircraft drones to fly using a remote control system to monitor certain commercial buildings or enemy positions. If you go into the field of intelligence and fields that include things to do with investigations and all that, and of a military nature. So drones can be flown, of course, centrally controlled somewhere to monitor certain places all over the world. Yes, so that's the concept of networks. And then the internet is the world's largest computer network. That one is clear. Consisting of thousands of interconnected networks, all freely exchanging information. So research firms, colleges, universities, high schools, hospitals, and businesses are just a few examples of organizations using the internet. And you need to understand that the internet can further be looked at as an extranet or an intranet. So we're saying that a network based on network technology that allowed selected outsiders, such as business partners, customers, to access authorized resources of the company's intranet. So the extranet is, the intranet basically is the internal network created by a company or an organization. And it's only the members or the staff within the company that access resources on that particular network. It's internal to the members only or the staff. And it's based on web technologies. And the extranet, that's the intranet. Then the extranet means, maybe other partners of the company, of the organization, like the customers, like their suppliers, any partnerships that could be between this company and the other people outside. So these people can also be able to access the intranet that is internal to the company. Okay. The components of a typical information system. What you need to know that some of these definitions will be coming up in the exams, although you need also to understand how you can apply the concepts that we are learning here and apply them in real life scenarios. So the questions, I may pose them as definitions and, straightforward questions, but sometimes you may land on certain questions that are application in nature. So what you need to do is to understand these concepts deeply and be able to apply the same in a real life situation or scenario. So the next subject is components of a typical information system. One is the people. So we are saying the people are a very integral part of an information system, because these people will be the ones to to input the data, to use the data, to process the data, and manage the overall software. Because information system is not all about the software. I mean, the software that runs or does something, but we need the people. The people are there, they must be there to run that software, to install the software, to set up the hardware, So the people, once again, are an integral part of the information system. So we are saying unless the system is fully automated, then maybe we can disregard them in such a situation. But as long as it is not fully automated, a human being will be there to enter the data, to process and use it. So they work with the information system to get the results. They manage, they run, they program, they maintain the system. So, and these include the chief executives, the managers, the departmental representatives. So we're saying managing people is a crucial issue in developing and implementing an information system. Managing people here includes the mythical man month, not standing over the shoulder of the worker, the hierarchical style of management. Don't worry about these concepts. We shall learn about them deeply as we move on. Some of these are some of the management styles: hierarchical style of management, the laissez-faire, the academic, the surgical team. We shall go deeply into all this. Don't worry about that. These are some management styles that are exhibited or implemented by certain managers. And of course, one has advantages and disadvantages over the other. But the people, what you need to know is that the people who manage these information systems include the executives, the managers, the departmental representatives. All right. Another component of an information system is the work practices, or you can call them work procedures. And these are rules, for example, rules and the policies for doing certain works. So these are the rules and the policies that as employees, for example, need to follow when doing certain types of work. So for example, we're saying it can include the operational manuals to guide you on what is need to be done. Then policies, then the rules of using the system. Even the maintenance, how should the system be maintained? What are the rules that you need to follow? And then the general ways in which people coordinate, communicate, and make decisions and perform other tasks. For example, in an organization with many departments, including the sales department, So for the case of the sales department, what is the sales process? So the sales process, for example, what are the procedures as per the policies, the operational model of that company? What are the procedures as per the operational model when it comes to the sales process? Is it starting from the customer coming to the shop to walk in? Is it a walk-in customer, or the customer has to make an order online? Some of those procedures in the operational model. So if it is a customer coming, walks into the shop, then makes an order, maybe fills a form, then after filling the form, that form is taken to the accounts department, wherever, not until it reaches the delivery department that needs to, of course, from the accounts, then to the store, delivery, then until the delivery is made to that customer. Basically, that's the sales process. From the time the customer walks in and the time he makes an order and up to the time he gets the product. So what are the procedures? What's the operational model? So these are what we call the work practices, the policies, the procedures, the operational models, the manuals, and the rules for using the system. In an example, it may be quite tiresome if this process was in a way that the customer makes an order, then after making an order, probably to the people in charge of receiving the order, and then those people, after receiving the order from the customer, they send the order to the warehouse department for preparation for delivery, and perhaps even before the warehouse delivers, has to find out whether that order or the order of a particular product, I don't know, whatever the customer could have ordered for. So maybe they'll have to first find out what if that particular product is there in stock, or if they really need. And so you can see that the whole process becomes quite tiresome, and that's where now the information systems comes into play to make the work process, like for example the sales process, more effective and efficient. We shall break down deeply the purpose of the information system in an organization or an institution. So, for example, you can break the barriers. In that case, instead of having that rudimental process, you can develop an information system and incorporate all the actors, all the stakeholders of the institutional organization, including the customers, including the suppliers, including, many other partners or stakeholders. And in this case, the customer will have direct interface with the information system of that company. So he can go to the system and actually even first find out if the product he wants to order is in stock before making the order. Directly interfaces with the system, finds out, is the product in stock? Oh, it is in stock. Okay. Then he places the order he places the order, and that order goes direct to the responsible department that is in charge of receiving the order to effect an action. So basically it is automating the work processes, how people do their work in institutions, in organizations. That is the whole idea of an information system. From manual to automatic systems, whereby there is direct interface of the stakeholders. All right. So this was about work practices. So then the next component is the information. Information, we are saying, is a collection of facts organized and processed so that they have additional value beyond the value of the individual facts. So facts are just raw data But information is a collection of facts that are organized and processed so that they have additional value beyond the value of the individual facts. I usually give an example. For example, you guys have a distinction between data and information. Like NIRA, you see the national NIRA is in fullis. Somebody to give us the full meaning of NIRA as an abbreviation. Hello? Anybody? Are we together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows NIRA?
I know it.
Oh, yeah, great. Joseph, yes. Yes, please share your understanding. What's the full version of it, NIRA?
NIRA in full.
Exactly.
Yeah. National. I'm forgetting.
Okay. I think it's national
But
identification
it concerns registration
of
national
national.
identification and registration authority.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you. So NIRA is National Identification and Registration Authority. In this example, if you want to come up with your national ID, so what NIRA does will collect data from you, your name, maybe your district, home district, maybe your date of birth, maybe your, which other component? There could be many. And these ones, basically, they are what we call data. The name, the date of birth, your photo, maybe your passport, passport photo. This is data. So what NIRA does, collects the data. These are just raw facts, not processed, not organized. So what it does, it goes ahead to process them and digitally comes up with what we call a digital or a computerized national ID. So when you hold your national ID and view whatever is on the front part of it, that is what we call information. Processed and organized data. So what you read there is information to add more value. To add more value beyond the individual value of beyond the value of the individual facts. Because that one adds more value and comes up with your biodata. So that's information. And in this example here, we're saying, for example, the sales managers might find that knowing the total monthly sales suits their purpose more. That is to say, more valuable than the number of sales for each sales representative. So, because in an organization, the sales department, we have sales representatives who whose responsibilities rotates around, making sure that the company sells as many products as they can. I don't know their CV deeply, but the sales representatives, anybody who has ever been a sales representative? But basically, that's what they do. That's what they do. So if there are many sales representatives, the company or the sales manager who is the supervisor of these representatives may find that knowing the total monthly sales for the company is more valuable than just knowing the sales for each sales representative. If one representative makes 10 sales in a month, or in a day. Another representative is a different number. The other one makes, so the other one could be just data, but the manager may not really have to know about the individual cells, but rather the total monthly sales, because that's information that's more valuable. It holds more purpose for the entire organization. So basically, that's the distinction. We shall look at more about data and the information. Then another component of information system is the information technology. So here we're saying refer to above, information technology. So this is just the technology component of the information system. And this technology component has also components, which we call the IT components. So you should know that there's a difference. If I ask you, what are the IS components? That's different from if somebody asks you, what are the IT components? So the IT components, we have the hardware, the software, the databases, then we have the telecommunications, networks, and the internet. That is the IT components. But for the IS components, we have the IT component as one of them, and then you add on information, the people, and the work practices. Okay, yes, this is the end of the introduction. Today, I didn't, I actually never intended to have a marathon kind of lecture because I wanted to first understand the possibility of people, having successful connections, internet, and also maybe issues regarding with data. But I can see at least today, there's a good turnout. I can see 10 participants. Though I know we're supposed to be about more than 30, I think. Yeah, we're supposed to be more than 30. But 10 is a good start. 10 is a good start. And like I said in the beginning, for those who joined us later, I said that I have decided that I will be giving bonus marks for attendance on this online platform. I'll be giving bonus marks that will be added to your overall score at the end of the semester. So this one I'm serious about that. I'll give you bonus marks. So try as much as possible. Buy some data, sacrifice and buy data, and keep the learning going. If you have issues with connections of internet to the internet, please logging in. Today we have used the Zoom, but Odell, going forward, we are going to go back to our Odell as usual. It's going to be fixed because many of you had issues with enrolling and logging in and all that. But my advice is, please always keep in touch with the ICT personnel directly. Keep in touch with them directly for any help. They are always there. Please, when it comes to Odell and any other challenge related to IT. So I'm seeing some chats here. Deborah is saying, try rebooting. So, okay, there's somebody having issues. Okay. I can see everything, video of the lecturer and slides, but I can't hear a single thing. Then, who is this? This is Bernard. I think the problem, you could try to double check your microphone. Your microphone, and besides, when you're joining the Zoom, there's that step where you have to test your microphone. So you can test your microphone and be sure that it is actually working. So I don't know what could be the problem. I don't know whether it's just the hardware problem with your microphone or with your drivers. Eh? So try to think about that. And usually when you join the meetings, please, like a Zoom meeting, you have there's a step where you have to test your microphone to confirm. Maybe it's not all about the muting or the unmuting. It could be about your drivers, or it could be about your basically hardware issues with the speaker or your headsets. I mean, always try to check that. Yeah, try all those possibilities: the headsets, the speaker, the drivers. Okay, then okay. All right. So members, this is the end of today's lecture. It was merely an introduction to information systems for you to understand the whole idea of an computer science is quite broad, and you can decide to further develop in information systems after the program. You can go for artificial intelligence, you can go for information systems, you can go for networking, you can go for software development, you can go for web design. There are many orientations that you can take, and this is one of them: information systems. Yes. Any questions? Any questions? Because this is the end. Any questions? This is the end. I think there's no question. Any question? If no question, please say no. Maybe there are no questions.
This is a request.
Yes, Joseph.
We request to have some soft copies of the work uploaded on the B, so that we can have access to it.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for that request. That one is going to be done immediately after the ending this session. I'm going to apply this content to the B. Thanks.
If possible, you can as well upload the recorded video for our colleagues who haven't been here, so that they can go through it.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Any other question or comment? Any other question or comment?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Yes, Mariam.
Hope we are not meeting for this week. Hope we are not meeting for this week, like another time for this week.
Well, actually, I'm still studying the timetable. I'm still studying the timetable. I'm not sure whether we shall be meeting again this week. We shall find out. We shall communicate.
Okay.
Just shall keep in touch. And please, guys, utilize all the online platforms, including WhatsApp, for any communications. We are in an unprecedented situation of the COVID and lockdown situation. So let's utilize all online platforms that we can be having.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay. So if there are no questions and no other comments, let's say this is the end, and thanks for the turn up, first of all, and keep up the spirit. So have a lovely day. See you again. Oh, I'm seeing Lennox. Okay. Okay. It's okay.